All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And Shalom to you brothers out there preaching and teaching in the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom Barakathum. And the lady you see on the screen here is going to do a quick news article about the trucker service. I've been meaning to get this video up. So it's Salakia, but I'll get a few precepts after she does her thing on the newscast. And Lord willing, it's edifying. Salakia. Here we go.
So things got crunk and disorderly at a warehouse in Florida due to truckers finding out that their pension and their health care will not be funded by Yellow Corporation any longer due to them having financial difficulties. Now it is said that Yellow, the third largest freight company in the country, owes about $1.6 billion in debt, and about $700 million of that belongs to the federal government. And so they seem to cannot find a way to pay their bills. And so at this particular meeting, a worker let them know how he felt. Check it out.
Nobody here tell me why I get emotional. Why you talk like this? That's fine. That's fine. You can do that. You don't know what I'm talking about. I want my ass over this motherfucker. Exactly. I been here 30-something years. Yeah, I agree too. 30-something years.
So as you saw that brother letting them know, hey, I've been here for 30 years, and what you mean I'm not going to have a pension? You know, and that's very disheartening, right? You go to work and you put money away so that you can retire, and you know, you pay into a health care plan, and you go to work and they say, by the way, you're not going to have any of that. And so it is said that the truckers and the union are talking about striking to force.
And you're not going to get any of that here in Babylon, all right? The entirety of America, the whole American experiment, the startup that is Babylon the Great, these so-called white people, it's all a big Ponzi scheme, man. He got a bunch of Edomites that come over here in the 17 and 1800s, all right? They basically got all these white people over here and said, look, we got a bunch of niggers, and they're printing money for us. They're out there in the fields working cotton and doing all of these other different types of things in which we were, all right? And these other white people came over here with no shoes, missing teeth, you know, hobbled together here on a boat with nothing to their name, and they got acres and acres of land just given to them. You know, that's how America started, and now you're shocked that all of the companies have taken on the same culture of stealing from you, man. Making it really, really easy to get in. It's only a $50 buy-in, but then after it's all said and done, all right, you got $5,000 in debt when you leave out, man. That's a Ponzi scheme, man. They leave you holding the bag, so to speak. All right, that's how the entire American economy is structured. That's how he basically enslaves the world, and so it's no shock that all of these companies that want to climb the American corporate ladder is adopting the same thing. You know. So we're not shocked that at all that he stole 30 years from you, man. All right. Jake is working hard. He's getting up early, putting in extra hours, all because he's thinking, look, after a certain time, I'm going to be able to get this pension. And, you know, after I hit 55 or whatever, I'm good. You know, I don't have to work if I don't want to. I can turn a hobby that I like into something that I want to do, make money off of, you know. But you don't get that in this society because the American dream was just that, a dream. which is another word for a lie, really. All right. That's how he duped all you people, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 24. All right. Let me see. Shalakia, let me find it. This is Deuteronomy 24:10. It says, when thou doest lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge. All right. So that means there's boundaries on these agreements, man. Okay. When a brother agrees to work with you, or you agree to do a deal with a brother and he owes you money and he hasn't given it to you yet, you can't just violate that man's space. All right. You know, like if he owes you a bullock, but he hasn't been able to yield another bullock, you know, from that, he hasn't paid you back yet. You can't go in there and take 3 or 4 goat, okay, on your time. That thing has to be paid back by that man, all right? And that man is supposed to pay you back, all right? But there's boundaries and rules to this. Esau has no boundaries. There's no rules. What just happened to that guy should be completely illegal, that he's working towards a pension, and then 30 years later there's nothing to show for it, man. No. You owe that money, man. Period. You know, but now in this society, you just get, oh, sorry, man. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And how much money did those fucking Edomites steal out of that company before it started having money problems, man? Esau likes to clear out all of the accounts, all of the cash, all of that shit'll be gone, man. And then he'll go back and report, oh yeah, the company's having, you know, we're having money trouble. We need to raise funding, you know. And part of that money they need to raise is to pay your goddamn pension back, man. That's fucking wicked, okay? All right, it says, verse 11, thou shalt stand abroad, and the man to whom thou doest lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee, man. I mean, that man pays you back voluntarily on his will. Now, there is such a thing called slavery or indentured servitude, all right, where the man is forced to work, especially if it's a substantial debt, all right? And the scriptures even say that is capped at 7 years when you're dealing with your own brother, all right? Now, if they're a heathen, it doesn't matter, man. You can own them and forever, and their kids and their kids, which we will in the kingdom. But when it comes to Israelites, there's a certain decorum and a manner that you speak and you deal with each other, man, all right? And you're supposed to be an American citizen. They duped you into paying American taxes, telling you you're a citizen, right? But then you get treated like a goddamn heathen, all right? Because that you basically are. There's American citizens. This shit ain't real, man. It's all make 'em ups, all right? He been making shit up as he go, you know, and he has one goal, and that's to basically to rebel against the Most High, man. Whatever the Most High wants, that's what he's going against, because he's the counterpart to Satan. All right. And the word Satan means adversary. All right. And it says, verse 12, and if the man be poor, thou shalt not sleep with his pledge. All right. In any case, thou shalt deliver him the pledge again when the sun goeth down, that he may sleep in his own raiment and bless thee. And it shall be righteous unto thee before the Lord Yahweh thy power, man. And this is speaking about a man who didn't have anything, all right? And he gives you, like, let's say he gives you his jacket, you know, or a nice quilt or a comforter, and that's the only thing that he has as a pledge, all right? You're not supposed to just keep that in your house if you don't need it, all right? He gave it to you as a pledge to say he's going to pay you back, but you're supposed to give that man back so he can sleep that night, man. That's charity. That's being decent with one another, man. You know? But do you get that in this society? No, you get the complete opposite. All right. And then they'll come in and scoff against the Bible and try to talk about how the Bible is evil and regressive. And look at the laws that they're passing, man. What they've done is gotten very good at making you people feel good about wickedness, man. All right. As long as you feel good about it, you don't give a damn if it's good with the Most High or not. You don't care if it's right or wrong, as long as it feels good. That's the philosophy of America, man. All right. Point blank, period. The only people are okay with with murder being illegal is because they know that it could affect them. Same thing with stealing. All right. If they were immune to stealing and murder, then they would be okay with it. All right. They don't want to live in a society where that's legal. But see, they're short-sighted. They don't understand that all of the law, statutes, and commandments are the same way. You can't live without these things, man. All right. Some laws are more egregious than others, where law is more obvious, like murder. But all of the laws are important. Dealing decently with a brother, this is important too. If you don't do this, the society's still going to unravel. It's just going to take a much longer time, you know? But all of these are the ways of life, man. And this guy is the ways of death. And you got Jake wanting to hang on to this bullshit, man. All right. It says in any case, verse 13, in any case, thou shalt deliver him the pledge. Salakia, I read that. Verse 14. Salakia, 1 second.
This is super hot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Salaki, brothers. Let me go back to verse 14. It says, thou shalt not oppress a hired servant that is poor, Salakia, and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. And that stranger, still talking about Israelites, all right? We're just talking about Israelite. He's Israelite by patrilineal descent, meaning his bloodline is Israelite, but he lives in a different land, or he comes from a different land, or he travels back and forth frequently. He may or may not have a place, a permanent residence, in the land. All right. It says, at his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, man, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it. So you're supposed, if the man is that poor, you're supposed to have that money ready to pay that man for that day. All right. Now, if he doesn't need it and he can go 2-3 days and he don't ask for it, then that's fine. But if you got that money and he needs it that day, you're supposed to pay that man that day, man. And this guy's put in 30 years and he can't get nothing. All right. Show you how wicked this society is, man. All right.
The company to honor those plans. But the company is saying we just simply cannot afford it. And in fact, we do have a little bit of money to get a restraining order on the truckers to stop them from striking, because if they go on strike, it will definitely finish the company off, as customers rather will go other places to, send their mail and their...
Right, but you see, they want you to keep working though. Here, your pension's gone, but we want you to keep working anyway. Don't go on strike. We're going to get restraining orders on you. You see, and we know them fucking devils. They took all of that money, man. When you can tell this is a company where a lot of Jakes started working there. Too many Jakes started working there, and they can see the amount of Jakes working there with all of that pension money, and they like, we taking it, man. All right, we taking it. That's how the devil gets down. And what you gonna do? Because he's already passed laws in his favor, man. All right. He don't give a damn about Deuteronomy 24. All right. He's passing a law that benefits him, man. And that's why this guy's got to be dealt with, man. On every avenue, he's fucking people up. He's fucking with people. All right. He's disrupting things. He just causes death everywhere he goes. And that's why the Lord put this guy on such a high pedestal, because the world has to see what happens when you're rebellious against order, man. This is what happens when you go off on your own free will, to your quote unquote free will, when you follow your own heart, your own belly to do things that you imagined and not the Most High. This is the end result. You end up with a bunch of infighting and world global domination and people doing anything to get there, man. All right.
and everything else off. And so they're saying hopefully things will turn around for the company. Hopefully some money will come in. But it doesn't sound like it will, because the company Yellow has flirted with bankruptcy 4 times in the past. And so this might be it for them. But again, I am not mad at that brother or anybody else in there for hearing that news that I've been coming to work all this time. I mean, even if you've been coming to work for a year, you don't want to hear that you no longer have a pension, let alone not having health care, right? So anyway, y'all tell me what you...
Ridiculous, man. And I'll get the main precept that came to mind. That's James 5. We'll close it, man. We'll make it too long. Shalaki's still getting used to this damn tablet. It says, James 1 and 5, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. All right. And these rich men, part of them are these CEOs that work at companies like Yellow. They're all in cahoots. They're not all at the same level. They all get higher up as you get further up the global Edomite chain, up to Klaus Schwab and all of those guys. But they're all in cahoots, man. Every major industry leader, every Fortune 500 CEO, like they all follow the same script. And it was really, really eye opening in 2020, man. They sung in unison like a choir on whether or not you niggas should take that serpent serum, man. You know, they was all on one accord perfectly, man. They went from competitors and industry with each other to all right. Number one, they saw a major bag, and number two, they're the devil, man. They really don't need a reason to do it. And number three, there's a higher order, a hierarchy, man. The scripture said we are warring with spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right. So there's a much bigger scale of order and hierarchy on the left-hand side than is obviously visible now. But now the devil, like Klaus Schwab over the past few years, man, they've come out, man. They've starting to unmask themselves, man. Kind of like when Chancellor Palpatine, okay, became Darth Sidious, man. All right. That's what we dealing with. But it says, verse 2, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. And that corrupted riches, man, that's all of these pension plans, all of these assets on the stock market, crypto, all of the fiat currencies, you know, and all of the financial instruments that those underpin. It's all going to just come crumbling down because it's all based on debt witchcraft, man. Okay? They've been printing money like it's going out of style, knowing that there's only one end of a fiat currency. They knew that when they made the fiat currency. All right? But they did it anyway. Why? Because they never planned for America and the people of America to get a bunch of riches and to raise up the middle class. No. What they've done is hollowed out all of the assets. That's why all of the manufacturing shit is overseas in China, man. All right? It's in Taiwan. It's in Indonesia. All the chip manufacturers are in Taiwan, you know, India. All of the resources over in that. They've hollowed all of it out. Now all you got really is a bunch of service class jobs now. All right. And you got real estate and construction jobs. That's the last real bastion of a job economy here, man. All right. But everything else, this guy took it and ran, because over the past 50 years, okay, as he's been printing more money and the dollar's being devaluing, he's been taking real assets, real gold, real silver, real platinum. All right. He's been building real tanks, real missiles, building up real bases, taking over real oil fields. All right. While this quote unquote monopoly money has just been withering away, man. Now you niggas think that there's some kind of thing is an American dream. You out of your fucking mind, man. All right. It says, verse 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you and shall eat your flesh. as it were, fired because they think they're going to get away with it, but they're going to get hands put on them, man. Wait till you see how angry. Because see, nobody gives a fuck when it's happening to Jake, but when it touches these Edomites, man, they gonna wild the fuck out, man. Especially over there in France, they don't play that shit. Them French Edomites, they they love their 4 day a week work weeks. They love working 32 hours a week and getting 2 months of vacation every year. You know, the gas prices, they soft, man. All right. And so they're rioting, but that docile spirit is going to leave America, and they're going to adopt that spirit over here in America. All right. It says, behold, the hire of laborers who have reaped down your field, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. All right. And that's what that guy was doing, man. That's a laborer crying out, man. Rightfully so. They told you don't steal, don't sell drugs, and don't do the right thing. But see, they told you to do the right thing because it helps them. Okay. Notice how Esau doesn't even police our neighborhoods like that, because he don't give a fuck about stealing and robbing. He passed those laws to protect his people, man. And that's why there's a big invisible barrier between our neighborhoods and their neighborhoods. Okay. He does it legally, economically. You see? So they're okay with stealing and killing as long as it's happening to us, because they know it's going to destroy us, and they know we still going to spend money anyway, man. All right. But that don't apply to them, man. All right. You see? But when it touched these Edomites, when it gets into their neighborhoods, I saw that Gucci store over in Beverly Hills get ran into, man. Once they start feeling like they can touch places like Beverly Hills, look, this place did not have long. Okay? Because once Jake feels that emboldened, them other crackers gonna come out, and then that real race riot is gonna start brewing, man. And then you proud ass fucking women gonna get in order immediately, man. All right? That's gonna be the beginning of Isaiah 4:1 right there. Okay? Is when all hell break, when people get fucking tired and fed up of this shit, man. All right. I just read the stat that 40% of the people that are homeless today had full-time jobs 3 years ago. 40%. That's that many more homeless people on the street now. You know how many businesses closed? People are on the edge, man. You can feel it just driving in traffic. People are on edge, man. All right. Verse 5, verse 4 again, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth. All right. And the only ones that the Lord is going to hear are of the elect, man. Like this guy that was bitching, if he's not of the elect, the Lord is not hearing that, man. You wicked ass nigga. If you're not of the elect, that you had that coming, man, because you're rebellious, and niggas like that will do that, and they'll complain, but then they'll still want to please Esau, man. They'll still want this place to continue, man. Even though more than half of your life was given over to that place, and they basically said, fuck you. And all of those crackers at the top, those executives, none of them gonna have money problems after that, guarantee you. You know? Verse 5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, been wanton, ye have nourished your heart as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you, man. All right? So we're at the end, man. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash Wa, Abba Babal, and Shalom.